Hi, I'm speaking with Stacy of Stacy Subaru. How's it
Hi, how are
going,
you?
Stacy?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for helping me out with the questions I have. What's the best way to research a new car that I'm interested in?
Well, to research a new car, there's a couple of ways. First, you'd want to go to the internet and search the factory website of the model and make that you're interested in. There you'll learn all the different options, the dimensions, the safety features, the engines, everything you need to know technically about the car. The next thing you'd want to do is go to your local dealership that carries the car, look at the car, take it for a test drive, and see how it feels.
Would you recommend a new car or a used car?
That all depends on your budget. It all depends on how much you want to spend, what you can afford monthly, and how long you planning on keep the car.
If I decide on a used car, how should I research this car?
Well, researching a used car, first you need to find the car that you're interested in. Again, you can go to the website and look at your local dealers in the area and search the vehicle make and model that you're looking for. You'll find a few here and there. Once you find it, then you need to go to the dealership and physically see the car, take it for a test drive. After you've driven it 10-15 minutes, you'll know a lot about the car. If it's a car that you like, if it feels good, if it was taken care of. After you do your research there, then what you want to do is you want to ask to take it to a mechanic. And then you'll take it to an independent mechanic who will look at the car and give you all the things that he can find right or wrong with the car. Finally, when you go back to the dealership, before you even start negotiating, you want to ask them if they have service records on the car or a Carfax report so that you can also see if the title is clean, if the mileage has been messed with, or if the car's been any major accidents.
That sounds good. How would I best know if I'm getting a good deal, though?
Well, that's a tough thing. The best thing to do is look at different publications. There are 3 or 4 different publications out there like NADA, Kelley Blue Book, Black Book, that'll give you an average of what the model and the make with the year and the miles that you're looking at is worth. Then you go on the website and look at different dealership websites to see if you could find similar models with similar miles and see what they're asking for those. When you take it all and put it together, you'll come with an average, and that should be about what you pay for the vehicle.
Okay. Would you recommend paying up front in cash or financing the car?
I never recommend paying cash for a car. If you have the cash for the car, it's best to invest the cash in something else. Cars are depreciating assets. They lose money. You drive it off the lot, whether it's new or used, you're driving it, it's going to depreciate. So it's always best to use somebody else's money to pay for a depreciating asset. Your cash can be invested in the bank in a savings account or a CD earning interest. If at any time you feel like you want to pay off the loan, you have that right. But you can't do that if you pay cash for the car and you're driving it down the street. It's all invested in the car.
I've been told to look into leasing instead of financing. What can you tell me about leasing?
Leasing is good depending on the individual. Leasing gives you a much lower car payment with no money down than if you were financing the whole car. In leasing, you're really not paying for the whole car. You're only paying for the use of the car while you're leasing it. So if you take a 3-year lease, your payment is based on the value of the vehicle at the end of 3 years, which is called depreciation, and what you paid for it when it was new. The factory sets a number, a percentage of the vehicle value, and that's called the residual. So you take your sale price minus the residual, that's your depreciation. Then they add interest. It usually amounts to a couple of $100 less than if you were to pay for the car the same and buy it, the whole car, but you're not buying the whole car. Why I say some people it benefits more than others, because there are mileage stipulations on a lease. Your average lease is calculated at 15,000 miles a year, with a heavy penalty if you go over that. If you do not drive a lot, leasing might be something for you to look into.
Okay. Why would I want to buy a used car from a dealership instead of from a private party or a small car lot?
Most used cars, most dealerships nowadays have factory programs of certified used vehicles. When you're buying a certified used vehicle means it's backed by the factory. They have to go through a rigorous inspection process. A Carfax report has to be run on them to make sure that the title is clean. They have to have the whole history on the vehicle. And then they usually add an extended warranty to it at no extra charge. You can't do that when you buy a private party or when you buy it from a small used car lot.
So I'm about to buy this used car I really like. Is it worth buying an extended warranty, and why?
Definitely. All cars are machines with thousands of moving parts. At any time, one of these parts could break. With the cost of labor and the cost of parts nowadays versus the cost of an extended warranty, which is a small percentage of the value of the car you're buying, it's always best because it's usually backed by the factory. It's good at any dealership around the country. So even if you're traveling, you can get your car fixed. And if you sell the car before the warranty expires, they will rebate you prorated based on time or miles, the part of the warranty you haven't used.
That's great. So I've got my car and I'm ready to go. Where would you suggest I service it?
I suggest that you service it at the dealership that carries that brand of car. They're the ones most knowledgeable to fix the car, to let you know whether or not there's anything wrong with the car or if something's going to go wrong with the car. The technicians have all been trained. They have to stay trained every year. And the factory is constantly sending bulletins to the dealership to let them know what needs to be done to your car.
Thanks a lot for your help, and I appreciate your visit.
You're welcome.